Hello everyone and welcome back to Hutan Pantai. This is the multiplayer co-op with Nordic farming. He's running around hastily and we are both quite excited because we have made some new purchases. That's right, we have drawn some money from Calmlands, which we left in FS25, and decided to do some investing in Hutan Pantai. And we have made some purchases from the sale page. We have the Artisan bale stacker, the square bale stacker, and the Kuhn square baler. So we're going to be using that today because we have bought some more fields. We've purchased field 29 that has soybeans in it that is currently growing. And then we have also purchased field 32, which has wheat in, and that is ready to harvest. And of course, from wheat, the byproduct is going to be straw. So after we've harvested, that's why we've got the baler and the bale stacker, so we can manage the straw accordingly and get it sold. One other change is that field 27, right in front of the farmhouse, we have turned this into a rice field. So it has been created and there's a berm all the way around the edge now to keep the water in once we flood it. But we are planning to drill long grain rice in this today. And after we've harvested the wheat field, which we just purchased, we are going to be drilling peas. So it's a bit of a harvest, turn over the field, drilling some peas and drilling some long grain rice kind of day for Nordic and I. But let's not waste any more time. We'll jump in the harvesters and get on with the hard graft. There we go. First time using the class. And what is this? This is the Evian. Yes, the 450. Alright, off we go. I don't really know which is the best way to this field. I'm going to have to quickly inspect the map. I think we want to go onto the main road and left. So let's do that. Nordic will follow us. And we'll go to the field, hopefully. And get the wheat harvested. I think the wheat we are just going to be putting into the silo. And we might look to put it into one of the productions later on. Here we go, this is field 32 with the wheat in, and it's quite a hilly field, so hence why we cannot make this a rice field, as we need a flat area to make a rice field. And yes, we will not be able to fill or flood this field with water if it is hilly. So yeah, it will be peas going in here, but yeah, let's get the header mounted. I have realised that this is only a very small header on this class. I think it's 6 meters. So might take us a fair amount of time. We obviously want the straw as byproduct, so we'll make sure that we've got a enable straw swath. And I think we'll look to set up some GPS on this. Right, we're in position. Nordic and I are going to be using the steering assist, and we're going to see how it works with two of us working in the same field. So we've got the working width automatically set. We're doing 2 headlands and the work direction automatic. No offset, and we'll actually hide the lines actually. We'll click OK. Hopefully we will be able to get unfolded first. That would be a good start. Always forget that. And once we are unfolded, we can switch on. There we go. And lower the tool away. And hopefully, if we press H... No, we need to drive into the field. Oh. Why can we not? There we go. It has locked on now. And as byproduct, our straw is coming out. There we go. So the harvest is underway of our newly purchased field. We'll see you when we're done. And there we go. Wheat harvest completed. And Nordic was running very close to 100% capacity on that last row because I emptied the hopper full into the lizard dragon that's parked up the top there, which we actually forgot to bring out to the field, which was funny. But yes, that meant that the lizard dragon was pretty full, and Nordic really couldn't unload a lot of his hopper, so he's been running quite high in terms of the fill level, but he just managed to finish off that row. And what was quite nice there is Nordic and I were able to, for the first time, trial out the steering assist with two people working on the same field. It definitely does do a good job. A few things to get used to, but yeah, it seemed to work out quite well. Right, we'll head up to the top of the hill here. We'll have to come back for the lizard dragon to get the wheat. But the plan is I think I'll deposit the 1400 litres or thereabouts of wheat directly into the silo from the harvester. There we go. This is very nice. Great harvester this. The header is not the largest, but quite efficient and yeah, fairly manoeuvrable, which was quite good for a fairly small sized field. The field sizes that we own at the moment are quite small, but we'll hopefully get some bigger fields as this mini-series continues. But now we have harvested, it is on to... oh dear. It's certainly not on to colliding with the locals, because we had some antics with that last time. The traffic does like to overtake if you get in the way of it, and then sometimes that causes more accidents. Here we go, we'll unload into the silo, and then next job is baling and then bale stacking. So I think Nordic and I are going to do a bit of a 50-50 split. I wonder if this... yeah, this is not going to work very well, is it? Oh dear. Let's see how we can angle this, shall we? Just about got it into some sort of sensible position. Right, that is unloaded, so we can get the harvester folded back up now. Drive into the verge and nearly get stuck, so let's just reverse out, shall we? Try not to cause too many dramas today. Do the parking loop to get the harvesters squared away, and then I'll scurry over to get the lizard dragon with the rest of the wheat in. Here she be, the lizard dragon, fairly full, so let's get in and start her up. Oh, it is 100%, 7,600 litres. That's going to be good. I'm not sure what we'll do with the wheat yet. We'll keep it in a silo and then maybe take it to one of the productions. See what we can do. Nordic just parking up. We'll give him a little tooty-wooty. And in goes the wheat. Nordic is getting started on the baling, so we'll follow up with the stacker, and then we can get set. Making our way down the last row now, and we've hopped into the baler after doing a bit of stacking. We were following Nordic for quite some time before bales started to emerge. The one thing I failed to mention earlier is we have a new tractor on the farm, and that is the Deutz-Fahr. Can't quite recall the model, but I will have to check once we have finished here. Yes, we needed a more powerful tractor to pull the square baler, and this was on sale, so use some of the Calm Farm funds to purchase this. It looks like we've got a straggler bale on the end there, just fallen off. There we go. We are nearly done. There's a bit of scrappage. We've got 76%, so I might try my best to hop around the various scraps and bits and see if we can produce a final bale. Might be being a bit optimistic. Still, I don't think we are going to be getting close to finishing off a bale, so we will stop there and unload a bale for Nordic to come and pick up. There we go. Nordic is going to take the bales over to the animal dealer to sell, and in the meantime we will not turn on the baler again. We will fold it up and get it parked up and take a little gander at this Deutz which we have purchased. It looks rather shiny, seems to be kind of like a metallic paint colour, or paint type. Some lovely dark weighted wheels there, I think. But there we go. Another thing to mention, which completely escaped my mind, is the rice fields that we planted last time have sprouted and grown to the first growth stage, and Nordic and I needed to flood the fields to get the water level back up to where it needed to be. I don't know if that was something that we needed to do, or if it was just something as part of a multiplayer game that we just needed to re-flood the fields. But yeah, we just inspected the pumps and it told us that the field desired more water for the growth stage of the rice, so we filled it up. We'll unhitch, and I think we'll probably use the Deutz for the cultivating, which is next, but just let's take a look outside and see. This is the Deutz-Fahr 7250 TTV HD. Right, quite a mouthful, but there we go. It is, yeah, a nice metallic limey green as per the Deutz-Fahr livery. But let's head over and grab a cultivator. I think we'll probably use the Kubota for the other cultivator. So while Nordic is off trying to sell the straw, we will take a little look, and we can see that the rice has gone up a growth stage, and it's got a yield bonus of 72%, and it's fertilised to 100. It's looking pretty good, and yes, we are now sploshing away in the field, but beforehand it wasn't very wet, so we had to come over here and check and flood the water level back up again. I think in a month or two's time we will have to empty it, as it no longer needs to be flooded. And an interesting thing about long grain rice, which is different to what rice we have planted there, and we're going to be drilling that later in this field, field 27 I think it is, or field 29. So long grain rice we drill while the field is dry using a conventional drill, and then we flood the field after. So yeah, it's a slightly different process for long grain rice versus the short grain rice, but we will get onto that later. Let's just wait for Nordic to return with the Kubota, and then we can get on with cultivating. Nordic is back from his travels, having sold the straw bales at the animal dealer, and it's nice and easy to see what profit we have got. 7,219, because we were on 500,000, and yeah, there we go, a nice little bit of profit from the straw bales. It's always useful to make use of the straw. Right, Nordic is hitched up to the cultivator. It looks like we're back in the Deutz. We'll get over to field 32 and get the steering assist set up so we can get back onto it. We'll just pull in leisurely into the field and set the GPS. Oh, we have set that, so should just be able to activate that. There we go, lower away, and we will start doing the first headlands. There are 4 headlands set for this field. and Nordic and I are going to get this cultivated. Flash the beacons as a sign we are done. Well, Nordic is doing the last little strip there. That is field 32 cultivated up. Did take quite a while. These are only small cultivators. Probably could have bought some bigger ones with the horsepower we've got, especially for the Deutz, but yeah, we didn't want to get too muddled with trading in, as it's not too bad a job. And again, the steering assist was helping us out quite nicely there, although there were a couple of oddities on the first rows where there are some shorter rows to account for the slight wonkiness of the field. Yeah, we can get back, get the cultivators dropped off, and it's straight on to drilling. And field 32 that we've just cultivated is going to be receiving peas. Yes, we want to put peas in, as that's a hilly field. We can't make it a rice field for the fact of the matter that the field would need to be flat in order to flood it for growing rice. So we had a choice between two of the new crop types in FS25, either peas or spinach, and we've gone with peas. But I think the plan is we will be looking to probably extend field 28 into 29 to merge them, and once we've harvested the soybeans in 29, we'll merge the field and probably make that a spinach field. Right, Nordic has grabbed the first drill. We will grab the second, and yes, go to the silo to get that topped up with the seed. Can't remember if fertilizer goes in this drill or not. We will soon find out. Yep, solid fertilizer. There we go. We can get the covers open, get this filled up. Hopefully one amount of seed and fertilizer load will suffice for that field, and then we'll have to come and top it up again to do field 27, where we're going to do the long grain rice. Right, this is solid fertilizer. There we go. Fill that nicely up, and then backwards slightly to this silo to fill up with seed. There we go. We can close up, and I think we're probably going to swap tractors. Nordic can have a run in the Deutz, and we will use the Kubota. There you go, Nordic. Right, time to have a little run in the Kubota. M8181. Righty ho. Let's head on over to the field. I think we will let Nordic go first so he can do the headland. I think I've done the headland for the last couple of jobs now. Right, Nordic is heading over to this top far corner. We will turn off the beacons and get lined up. I think what we're going to do is try and do the rows first of all, and then finish up with the headland, as that was a bit of a muddle when we were cultivating. Let's get the steering assist set up. Right, we are all set. So we can switch on, find our row. There we go. And lower away. The peas are going in. switching off, and oh, there we go, a rude motorist overtaking us there. But Nordic and I have finished seeding all the peas now. Peas and thank you. Excellent. So, field 32, we've got the peas in, that's nicely growing now. Yield bonus of 70%, and we've fertilised it to 50%, so we will have to come along and spread some fertiliser. Probably in the next stage of growth, to be fair. Oh right, Nordic is waiting for us. Let's hop back in the Kubota, and it is straight over to field 27 for the long grain rice. So yes, we obviously had peas selected for that field. Let's flick over to long grain rice. Just trying to dodge the traffic here. There we go, long grain rice. I don't think we need to top up with seed and fertiliser because got sufficient quantity in there, and I think field 27 is actually smaller than field 32, which we've just drilled. I don't know which way I'm going. Probably this way is best to approach the field, so we get a nice straight bit in. I think we'll try the same mantra and do the rows first, followed by the headland. Now there is obviously the berm on the side of this field, so that's going to be quite interesting to navigate. Let's just perch on the edge and we can see what the steering assist is going to tell us. Cool, so we have the width set and we've got 3 headlands and the rest rows. So I think we're probably going to start over on the other side because we want the straight edge of the field to kind of guide us and get us set out. So Nordic is starting over there. We will join in next to him, and yeah, it looks bigger on the map view because this field is actually quite small. Right, we'll start her up and find the line and lower away. Raising up, switched off, and Nordic is just finishing up there. Now that went okay. It was a small field, so Nordic and I did abandon using the steering assist partway through because it just was not needed and it was very tight operations. But annoyingly, I did have the message telling me that this crop can only be planted in a rice field, despite the fact that it is a rice field that we were drilling in. And yeah, that seems to be an issue for multiplayer. I faced this last time when we were doing the short grain rice planting. So that is some fun and games with the planting of rice for multiplayer. Be interested if anyone else has faced that, but probably need to get that one reported so that can get fixed. Right, so Nordic and I have done all the jobs that we wanted to do. Drop the drill off there. We'll park up the tractor. So we've harvested the wheat, got that collected up, dealt with the straw baling and collecting, and then prepped the new field that we purchased by cultivating, and then we have drilled 2 different crops, the peas and the long grain rice. Next time we will have to apply fertiliser to those fields, and we will also need to flood the rice field, or the long grain rice field, once it has germinated. But there we go. That is it for today. Hope you have enjoyed watching. If you have, remember to drop a like and subscribe. Check out Nordic's channel for his perspective of today's session. And all there's left to say is, hope to see you again next time on Hutan Pantai. And until then, catch you later. Cheers all. Bye bye.